this dude. This dude.
Who, Bones Hyland?
Bones Hyland is that dude too. Actually, these dudes. I should say these dudes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winner's Lounge.
Let's go.
Very tired.
It's a little tiring. I get it. The Nuggets only missed covering this game by 2 points. It really came down to the last free throws.
So tired.
We are presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. You can see the ad right there hanging right over Harrison's head. How do we do tonight?
I got a sweep.
Dev doesn't lose, man. I tell you.
Yeah,
Are you seriously? We got a
Dev,
sweep? I didn't even look at my
does
Are you
not.
serious?
The parlay hit.
The parlay hit, so
All
I
of them.
questioned
Everything
everything you gave me, and yet it still came in.
It hit.
This happens every
I know,
time.
It's so true. I
The
always
guy
doubt
doesn't
him,
miss.
and he doesn't miss, man. How much money are we making on the show? Millions of units.
I should be
dude.
making a lot more just
All of
from
the units.
betting with
Dude.
I
Dev.
wish I would have bet my units were bigger than 1 penny. Would have been a lot more rich right now.
I just like that your unit is a penny. I know that it's not, but I just like that idea.
That what?
That you have a penny-sized unit.
Oh, I have the tiniest unit.
Yeah.
It's like incredible how
That
tiny
is
it
the
is.
smallest allowable
I can see
unit.
you having a small unit.
A really small unit. I got the squad here with me. I got Harrison Wynn.
Oh, man. Guys, we're the 5 seed. We're the 5 seed.
What?
We are.
Oh,
We are
sir.
the 5
The
seed.
The
vibes
Welcome
Nuggets
to
are
the
the
five.
5 seed.
The vibes are confusing.
Are so confusing.
I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't either. I don't know how to feel about anything. This Nuggets team is so
What is
weird.
life?
Over here, I got D-Line Co. But you guys know him as Eric.
That's right, guys. Won the parlay. Didn't catch the game. Hoping to be filled in here.
I mean, honestly, if I would have been, we were joking about this, but if I would have come to you guys, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, not even 4, 3 years
Sure.
ago, and I was like, there'll be nights where Yoke goes 37-13-9 on 80% shooting, and
Yeah.
we're going to be all bummed.
Well,
we're going to be like,
well,
we're going to be like weird.
who is officiating the game? That's what that would be my next question.
We'll get into that one here, but first I got to introduce the final member here with a P on his chest.
Somebody said that the P is for parlay.
Oh, let's
That's
go.
what Rob Nugg said. I like it. I'm pushing P.
D-Line made the parlay.
You're
I
pushing
made the-
parlays.
You piggybacked on my parlay. Which
So P is for
Oh,
piggyback.
wow.
piggyback and pushing P parlays, bro.
Tony Brothers was a storyline tonight. I'll tell you what, my least favorite combination in the world
Yeah.
is Tony Brothers and Lance Stevenson. It's like a match made in heaven, those two together. Like Tony Brother was just waiting for Lance Stevenson to go goon mode, and he's like, I'm in here, I got it.
He's like, I love this.
I love this. This is so good. Like offensive fouls, like everything. He had the whole thing going. But we can't start there. I don't. Oh, should we go to the fast breakdown?
We got to. This 60-second breakdown?
Can I tell you guys something? Honestly, the fast breakdown.
Recap? Breakdown?
It's not a very good fast breakdown. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My effort on this one was Will Barton on the rebound, on the
smokes,
defensive
dude.
glass level of
I
effort.
think I might try and head this one off with a take foul if I might.
You might have to take foul it. All right, to open the game, Jokic everywhere. I'm telling you, that first quarter was
Can't
an
confirm.
all-timer, man. He looked like he was setting the tone to say, guys, I don't want to play the fourth quarter tonight. I want to get ready for Friday's game. You guys I'm going to get you up by 30, take the wheel. Pacers mixed in some zone a little bit, then went back to man-to-man.
Good note. That's a good note.
Well, my theory was that the Nuggets were killing them in man, so the Pacers went zone. They started getting stops, and I think the Pacers were like, oh, wait, we're tanking. Back to man. And so the Nuggets started murdering them again.
I still, to this day, don't know how a zone works in the NBA. Like, I just don't know.
Well, it's because,
know.
honestly, I'm telling you, it's because defense, I've been on this for 2 months. Defense's game plan is really, honest to God, without joke, make anybody besides Jokic beat you, collapse everything, and just dare other guys to like dribble while chewing gum, and half the time it works. But Jokic had 12.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block on 6 of 6 shooting in the first. That was a master class, like a perfect box plus minus in the first quarter. Everybody was making threes. 6 different Nuggets made a 3 in the first quarter, and the Nuggets were up. Listen to the score, guys. 43-15.
I remember those. Those were the days, were they not?
So I'm like, I don't need to take notes in the second quarter because the game's over.
You're like, this fast break recap will take care of itself.
I thought Mike Malone was going to bench the starters again in the third quarter.
Dan, hold on to that because you're joking, but I thought maybe he would. Second unit got in on the action for a little while, but then started to get sloppy. So you build up this lead all the way up to 30 points, and then you kind of just fall asleep. A bit too much one-on-one. This is the thing. This Nuggets team is not talented enough, universally talented enough to dick around. When they play with connection, when they play the style they're supposed to, they can be very good because the sum becomes greater than the parts. In my opinion, in large part because Jokic is the greatest engine in the NBA right now, and everybody eats. But when you go away from that, even for a little bit, it's just like, what's Jokic say? The basketball gods are always watching you.
Yeah.
The Nuggets cheated the game in the second quarter. They cheated the game. He got a little thirsty, a little one-on-one, and guess what? It never came back. They lost it, and it never came back. The Nuggets got complacent. Pacers started making a run. Third quarter, total dud. Total dud. The worst quarter, arguably, the Nuggets have played all season long, and that's saying something. They got killed. The biggest part is, like, I don't mind. Sometimes you lose connection. Sometimes you lose chemistry. They got killed on the glass. And not like once, not like twice. For an entire quarter, they just got killed on the glass, and it became so apparent if you don't turn it over and if you don't give up offensive rebounds, second chance points, this Pacers team's not good enough, and Denver just didn't have it. And I'm going to call out some names. Jeff Green, Aaron Gordon,
call him out.
Will Barton.
Call him out.
Those three guys in particular just over and over and over again kept giving up offensive rebounds, and I'm sitting here and I just couldn't believe it. Fourth quarter continues. The Nuggets blow a 30-point lead, and they actually trailed in this game. Yes, trailed to this horrible version of the Indiana Pacers. They trailed. Jokic checked back in this game, and he was like, I'm the MFing MVP. He scored 11 straight points. Completely settled things, but not alone. He had help from one special person, and that was none other than Bones Hyland, who was incredible in the fourth quarter as well. He was the only guy who, in my opinion, looked like he took this game personally, and who I thought I had confidence, like, if anybody's going to make a play besides Jokic, it's going to be Bones, and sure enough, down the stretch, he was fantastic. So the Nuggets pull it out, thanks in large part to Jokic, thanks in pretty large part to Bones Hyland, and I would say thanks in no part to anybody else. I feel like I'm coming in a little bit hot here. All right, Harrison, I'll start with you. What's your big takeaway? Was that fast recap too hot? I feel like I was coming in pretty hot.
No, that was good, man. I think you called out the right people, especially for the board. I've never seen a stat line like this. Terry Taylor for the Pacers, 8 offensive rebounds. 8 offensive rebounds out of his 9 total rebounds. Like, I've never seen that in my life.
That's one defensive rebound.
Yeah, 1 defensive rebound.
Jesus Christ.
This game was so weird because Jokic had this incredible first quarter. What do you have in the first quarter?
You had like 19.
12, 7, and 5.
He had 12. I read it off
And
in
then-
the fast breakdown.
And I was thinking to myself, oh, the fastest triple-double of all time is in jeopardy.
I know, it really
And
was.
it almost puts
Oh, God.
that record just in context of how ridiculous it is,
I
because
know.
he would like need to do that quarter again in the second quarter.
No, he would have had 3 minutes to get 5 assists and 2 rebounds.
Yeah,
Or
5
3
assists.
rebounds.
Yeah,
That's a lot of assists. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
It's crazy that he got that record in the first place. But even in that first quarter, me and D-Line were talking about it. Like, Jokic could have had 30 in the first quarter or in the first half. You know, he could have scored every single time down, but he got too cute with it a lot. And, yeah, he had a nice first half, a great first half, but he got too cute with it, I thought. He had 7 turnovers tonight, a bunch of those in the first half, a bunch of those so unnecessary. So, like, he played great. He started strong. He closed strong. Probably could have been better, but, yeah, it was a much-needed performance. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, kind of. He
Yeah.
did miss 4 shots. So
I mean, he
in theory,
had 7
could-
turnovers. He was sloppy.
I'm telling you, though, some of these turnovers, though, like, this is the thing is there's just nothing guys can do. Like, it makes it so difficult for him. Like, yes, he had some bad ones tonight. Like, there were, no question, some bad turnovers. But I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of turnovers going on lately. And a large part of, I think it's like, you've got to pull a miracle every time down court right now with this group. You got to pull a miracle.
Yeah.
And like, to me, 7 turnovers, not that bad. Not that bad considering, like, you literally had to do everything tonight. Dev, what's your big takeaway?
My big takeaway is the question of how. How did that team let that team come back? How?
Which team is that team and which team is the other team? And
No, they're both that
How
team.
did the Pacers let the Nuggets come back? I have no idea.
Both sides. How does a team feel that comfortable? Like, I really want to know that. I don't understand how Austin Rivers just like feels like he could pick up technicals. I mean, I don't think he should have been kicked out of the game, but like, yeah, it started. Hey, Adam,
Sorry, dude.
kick him out of
That's
here.
a malicious act.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Malicious
I
act.
faked an elbow. I faked
elbow
it.
him?
He did it.
Did he
He
just
did it.
elbow and make
I faked
contact?
an
There was
elbow.
intent.
Hold on.
there was intent there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Elbow.
solo to the monitor. Nobody take a look. I'm gonna review the monitor. Nobody look
Wait,
at this. Contact.
You weren't even looking at the right play.
Get out of here. Get out of
We
here.
didn't even have the feet up.
Yeah, but really, Denver's not in a position where they're able to take off these type of games. Everybody else is coming into these type of games, and they're giving their best to Denver. This was a shitty game to start, and then they just found it. They found the need to want to push harder, and Denver does not want to close the door on them. And this is a time that I feel like they should, where you're getting closer to the playoffs. So you need to be able to close out games and just be in control for the entire game. And I have not felt that from Denver in quite some time, and this is a time that they should. So I just really feel like it's about a team being comfortable that should not be comfortable.
Sorry, I just sent the dumbest message I've ever sent in my life trying to organize something. Yeah, Eric.
Okay, I just gotta say the
Put
other
on
thing. The other thing on Jokic, you guys might throw me off the panel for my take on
I
this
can't
game.
wait, dude. Adam, get ready to elbow this.
The one thing I did want to see also from Jokic tonight, third quarter, Denver's melting down. Somebody's got to step up and say something.
Yeah,
the body
I'm with
language
you on that
was
one. I'm
terrible.
with you on that
Everybody was hanging their heads. Like, Jokic's got to bring everybody together and be like, all right, let's get our shit together. Like, this is the Indiana Pacers. We just put 40-something on these guys in the first quarter. Like, let's get over ourselves and get our ass into gear. Like, we missed that from him in the third quarter.
Harrison, that's a great point. I'm not going to throw you off. It's a fantastic point because I think Yoke knows this, that like the leadership aspect is the final piece for him, that he really does. I really do believe he's got to get there. And you're right. Tonight was the perfect example. Like Malone throws his fits, he got timeouts, he benched everyone other than Aaron Gordon and Jokic. And by the way, Aaron Gordon deserved bench too, but as somebody pointed out, there's no other power forwards. So like I think he actually only stayed in by default. It was like, well, we just have you're only staying in because there's nobody to replace you with right now. But you're right that is not as effective as Jokic. I mean, Jokic needed in that moment to get in Jeff Green's ear, needed to get in Will Barton's ear, and needed to get in Aaron Gordon's ear and say, guys, do you not want to win?
Like, instead of losing his composure and picking up a technical, why don't you get your team together?
Probably scared of the answer to that question.
Like, no, I don't really care.
He's like, oh, whatever, bro. Can I tell you my big takeaway?
We're already past that section.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Eric.
Tonight we saw the full spectrum of the Denver Nuggets. We saw the full poo-poo platter on display.
I feel like we saw a lot.
We saw dominant Nuggets. We saw inept Nuggets. We saw gritty Nuggets. We saw resilient Nuggets. We saw
the opposite of resilient.
We
Nuggets
saw
too.
this was the full season encapsulated in one miserable game that in the end I feel good about, I feel bad about. My vibes are good, my vibes are bad. I don't know what to do with my hands. We're ahead of the Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
we actually tonight was a full positive somehow. I don't know if perhaps like Indianapolis nightlife undefeated. Maybe they had St. Elmo's shrimp cocktail.
Too
in the
many
break.
steakhouses.
They were
and
thinking
sports
about.
bars.
They were thinking about.
I love when Blarick shows up to the
Indiana. Yeah, I don't. This was the most perplexing game I've seen from the Denver Nuggets in so very long. They've never looked more dominant than they did in that first quarter. Like I was laughing.
I was calling the Pacers the worst team I've watched this season.
Laughing.
You were actually correct about that.
They were awful.
They were really bad.
Terrible.
And then Denver coughed it up.
I feel like I got in a fight. Like I feel my emotions have been tested. Like lest I forget, we got a Tony Brothers game.
Yeah, we did get a Tony Brothers game.
Mike, we got rage timeouts. We got this check shit. Like, what else do you people want? Are you not entertained?
It's so true. Like, some of me thinks that we do just have the worst perspective on the season. Because you're right. The line for tonight's game was 9. Pacers scored a meaningless basket at the end to make it 7. This game actually went.
I know. The Nuggets, they covered.
The score went, more or less like it was expected to go. The Nuggets are on pace to beat the preseason over-under, which assumed Jamal would be back in March and assumed Michael Porter would be there all year. They're on pace to beat that. You're right. So much of this is just so confusing. The Nuggets are ahead of the Utah Jazz, who've had a healthy roster for most of the year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Insane. It really is crazy to get this perspective.
I was thinking about this the other day, but I don't know if I'll ever see one player carry a team to a maybe top 5 seed in a conference the way Nikola Jokic is doing it this year.
I hope we don't.
I don't think we will. I hope we don't. Because like
see this again.
this should not be allowed. Like Jokic putting out this type of effort and responsibility every single night, like that's not allowed in the NBA. You need role players like to pick up some end of the bargain. I just don't think we'll ever see somebody carry a team like this again and be this good while doing it.
No, we'll see here. I'm glad you brought it up because I actually had a call with Espo earlier this week about some Espo who runs PHNX over down in Phoenix, and I was telling him, by the way, Eric, great job on that shirt, man. That MVP shirt for Booker. You really did a good job with that design, man.
Can we cut the mic for a second? Fuck you, dude. I did not make that shirt.
Roman elbow.
That was so good.
Yeah,
He'd been working on that one since November.
It's probably
it was
your
crazy
best.
how
The
early
best
he
part
started
about that
working on
MVP shirt is Devin Booker's not going to get one single vote.
That's what the one in there stands for.
It's not going to get one
There's
vote.
going to be like one
MVP one vote.
There's somebody that got
one 5th place vote.
Somebody got an exclusive with Devin Booker because in that personal vote for him just for the trade. No, but I was talking to Espo and I told him, I was like, you guys screwed up the narrative here. It shouldn't be Devin Booker the MVP. It should be that we chose a championship over an MVP.
We don't want an MVP.
And I mean this about Devin Booker. I am impressed with him because he is electing not to go for an MVP. He's honestly taking fewer shots. He scored more points per game before. He's taken more shots. He could do that, but instead this whole team is bought in. And to me, I'm like, this is what I feel like. I love watching how dominant he is. I hope I never have to see it again.
Exactly.
Because I hope he doesn't have to check back in the fourth quarter down 4.
It should be illegal to be as dominant as this.
I wish he finished the game with 25, 11, and 6. And it's like, you know what? But he only played 28 minutes because the Nuggets kick ass.
I know, we're complaining. We're like, I just wish he'd shoot more, but I guess they didn't need it. So
yeah, exactly. Like I really wanted to hit my parlay or whatever.
yeah. I'm just sad about the bets more than anything. But
It's so true.
We needed every bit of that.
Every little bit. And I will say this, Yoke tonight, I mean, this was not a good team. Let's put this in context. But 37-13, 9-2-1 on 15 and 9. 15 and 19 shooting. And by the way, the DraftKings Sportsbook king of the game. By the way, one of the 4 misses that he had tonight, was
a make.
He grabbed it, put it right back in. Like he almost like missed it on purpose so he could rebound
And then
it.
didn't he miss or make the 3 that didn't count?
Yes.
Yeah,
There was a
that's
3
not a
he
miss,
took.
though.
Yeah, not a miss, but he should have had 40 points.
Right.
So, I mean, there's not a whole lot more you can say about Jokic, honestly. I mean, this was, I in some ways I needed a game like this. I wish wasn't because it was necessary.
Why did you need a game like this?
I just like watching it.
Just for the fun.
These are my type of games. 19 field goal attempts.
Dev's
man.
like looking at his DraftKings account. These are my types of games.
I'm just saying, man. But for real, like the fact that he's like leading the discussion for MVP, and then he goes for 37 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists. Like, what are you arguing about here?
Yeah.
Like, this guy is doing it every single night. And the crazy part is they're going to be like, look who they played against. Well, he's doing that against everybody.
Yeah.
This was actually not like a great Jokic game, and he's doing that. But he's doing that to so many different people. When you go through his line, because I know that's came up, like, well, look who he's scoring against. You can't do that to him. There's a guy you can't do it for, but it's not Jokic. So I like when he gets into the bag of just scoring every single time or just wanting to be aggressive and attack. When you just talked about his misses, he went right back up with the rebound and made up for it in a different way. Like, he can take over every single time, and I even feel like that was a little relaxed. There could have been a time where he could have got the ball for 7-8 plays, took a break, got the ball for 7-8 plays, and he would have scored every single time. So
Could have, yeah.
I want him to just keep going into that type of zone while we're here. Next year, I don't want him to be this person, but right now, be the killer that you're supposed to be.
Jokic, here's a hot take for you. Jokic is 1 game away from the MVP, and it's Friday night. I honestly believe this. Jokic is Friday night away from the MVP. They got to win.
I think he just locked it up.
He might have, but I'm telling you, they need to win on Friday, and he needs to have a good game. Like, I'm not... Jokic always plays to win. Like, if winning means 14 points or whatever, like, he'll do it. But I just mean he needs to be in control of this game, in large part because I don't think the Nuggets could beat the Timberwolves without Jokic being in control of the game. So, Friday's game, I am so excited for it. We're going to talk a little bit later when we go around the association about just how that game might have a little slightly less pressure, but some pressure nonetheless. But first, let's hit our break. On the other side, I'm glad we vented. We vented a little bit. We celebrated Jokic a little bit. To me, the story of this game might actually not be all of the bullshit from the rest of the starters. Might not be the awesome play of Jokic. It might actually be Bones Hyland, who I want to spend a lot of time with.
Stay tuned.
That's called a tease. That was a good job, Eric. You made fun.
Well, I just want to make sure that stay tuned. Go to you, Harrison.
Not needed at all. But okay.
I can't
Well, I
believe
just
this
wanted
guy.
to point out what a tease that was.
That was a
Stay tuned,
that was
guys.
a tease. Stay tuned. Exactly. Stay
Why are
tuned.
you pointing?
Yeah, you point. Apparently that's what you do.
Y'all don't need to be correcting this couch. Like, he's doing what makes him happy.
Yeah, dude, we got it on lock. Dev's the only one
You know
that
what
gets
I'm
me.
saying?
Dude.
Like,
the only one here.
You
for me.
pandering him. I'm so
I
sick of both
definitely
of these
don't get
guys.
you. Sexy Pete's has been in the Denver community for 13 years. They're as local as it gets. Hand-tossed deck oven pizza with made-from-scratch each morning dough. They've also got these pies called philanthropies. A portion of every sale of these 5 specialty pies is donated to a range of different nonprofits right here in Colorado. Sexy Pizza, great pizza. They got salads. They got great sides, garlic knots. They got dessert as well. So hit them up. They got a bunch of locations for them in Denver. Cap Hill, South Pearl, Jefferson Park, Park Hill. Location in Trinidad, Colorado as well. Pickup, delivery, whatever you want. They got great wings as well. Pasta. They got everything. Check out Sexy Pizza. Also, Light Shade Dispensary. You know about Light Shade Dispensary.
These two ads these two ads are in the wrong order, I have to say.
Oh man, what did I just
Yeah.
get? I just got a sample today from
Was
Light
it
Shade, the cream.
Escape Artist?
Is it Escape Artist? Yes.
That's probably it.
Can't wait
Did
for
you
this.
rub it on your eyeballs
no,
during this game?
no, oh man, I would really.
Yeah. It's the highest awarded topical brand in Colorado. Escape Artist is. Ratios available in 1-to-1 and high ratio CBD 20 to
put some
1
on right now on the
They've
show.
got you covered.
Just lather up some quads.
And
or
everyone's
something.
like, wow, it really does work. Look, he's lathering it up.
I'm just lathering it on.
Our 800 to 800 creams are Escape Artist's highest potency creams available. The creams penetrate for deep muscle tissue discomfort. They are non-greasy, non-staining, fast-absorbing, take effect in 10 minutes or less, and available in rose and cedar black pepper. Colorado's premier dispensary, Light Shade, with 11 locations in the Denver metro and Aurora area. They've got something for everyone, from the casual consumer to the connoisseur. DNVR Nuggets podcast listeners get 25% off non-sale items with the code DNVR. 25% off non-sale items with the code DNVR.
Can I tell you, this Counting Crows, this is around here.
Counting
This
Crows?
is an actual
Counting
banger. This is an actual banger.
Yeah. Oh, nothing bangs harder than around here. Which is your favorite crow-based band, Black or Counting?
Personally, Counting Crows, although I think Black Crows might be actually the better band. But I'm just saying personally, it's
Sure,
like easy
sure.
the old easy listening of the
All right,
Counting
one way
Crows.
again. Dev, Black or Counting?
Black every
Yeah,
time.
let's go.
Every time, you feel me?
Dev's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I'll tell you what, I will take Sheryl Crow over both of them.
Oh, Black Crowd and
No,
Cheryl.
Sheryl Crow's the top
Cheryl.
Crow.
Not Russell?
not Russell Crowe.
Not Cheryl Miller?
What?
Just
We were
thinking of other
Dude,
Cheryls.
you know what's going on? Like, we just went through trauma together.
We did.
And like we're all slap happy. Like
We're
like
the Joker.
We're like bonded for life. This is like our plane went down, but it landed at the end. We're all just like laughing, and now we're friends.
And now we've made life connections
Yeah.
through this misery.
Oh my god.
Bones Hyland. I mean, we've loved this guy for a while, man. I mean, honest to God, like this whole season has just been a fun ride. It's by far been the best part of the season to me. It's been watching Bones' ascent. But tonight was something different. Not only was he the only guy I felt capable of making plays down the stretch from a skill standpoint, he was the only guy other than Jokic that I felt had the will to win tonight.
Yeah.
And I know I'm being like, we're being so tough on guys. I got to give a hat tip to Aaron Gordon, who I thought in the fourth quarter turned it on and made some winning plays. But Bones Hyland, to me, showed this fight, this intensity, this pride that the Nuggets so desperately needed, and he matched all of that. In fact, it started in the second quarter. At the end of right going into half, he makes that layup where he attacks the basket. Tough layup. But to me, this was a game that it was like, he elevated his own stature to me, and I have to imagine, Jokic shouted him out after the game, I have to imagine his teammates noticed it well, that this guy actually cares about winning. Because it wasn't just making the shots, making the passes, whatever. He was just getting rebounds.
Yeah.
He was running guys off the line. Like, he was just making plays tonight. This was a big game for me personally with Bones because he did something different.
this was a huge game for Bones himself. Like, because think about it, the team came back from down 30 points, and for them to like lose all momentum in the game, for your rookie to be the one that brings the composure back to the team, like that just goes a long way, and that's off of the bench as well.
See the new composure?
Holy smokes.
The streets are talking.
The streets are talking.
Listen, ain't that what they've been doing? The streets talk.
Nishan
They're always
Composure
talking.
Highlands?
It just flows.
Yeah, but like really, he did a lot of the things that you go into this season wondering if that's what he's going to do. There was questions about if he could fit in as a point guard. He gets 7 assists in the game. The defense, he's playing, like, making high effort plays. He also has that big block late in the game where, you know, momentum was going the other way. And then he also just like rallies the team back as a young guy on the team that's getting his opportunity. So this is a huge game for him where he's showing a little bit of everything, and that's what they need. Yeah. For him to have Jokic call him out after the game, he's not doing that to other guys on the team, let alone a rookie. But like that's the type of stuff that he needs, where he's convincing guys, and that's what we talk about. You know, we question the leadership. That's leadership in itself, where he's like, hey, this is a guy that's giving his all out here. He's he's playing extremely hard. Motivates you guys to want to do that as well. So I liked it.
What about Compotion?
Oh, great job, dude. Compotion. Everyone, hashtag all rookie Compotion.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
The one thing, so just quickly, like you saw in his eyes, like he would make a shot and then there'd be a close-up on his face, and he was just like looking. It was like that LeBron shot from the playoffs how many years ago. Like he just looked like he was locked into this game, and then when they showed other guys on the Nuggets, like they just looked like they were scared to lose.
Yeah,
and
that's such a good. Yes,
and Nishan Compotion Highland.
Compotion, man.
Compotion was.
Let's just call him Bones.
I guess Bones is pretty good.
It's a pretty good name.
Bones was just like he just had it. Like he was wanted to kill. Like he wanted, like making shots. Like he was getting faster when everybody else was getting slower and tentative and was scared to make a mistake. And he was just like, what are we doing here? Like,
you know what he was tonight?
Oh God! What I can see the look you're giving me. I know nothing.
He was backbones tonight.
Oh wow, backbones.
Terrible.
Back exposure. Harrison.
No, you're not getting that. You're not getting that.
I got you, man. You doubled down.
That's right.
Oh, down. No, I think that was a great point, D-Line. I 100% agree. Like, after the first quarter, Yoke was just looking for somebody to run with them.
Yeah.
Like, somebody give me something.
Yeah.
Jeff Green, no. Okay. Will Barton, yeah, a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Jeff Green is the most scary one to me because we know he doesn't rebound.
Yeah.
And, like, rebounding a little, like, tonight, a lot of it was just, do you have the will to go get the ball? And like he's the one that I just feel like very rarely does. I mean, he's a good player. He's playing well above what the Nuggets are paying him to play. Like he's stepping in and he's been good, like in aggregate. But when push comes, like is he a guy that tonight you felt like go back to him? He's going to win this game through
every
Hufford.
Like time that there's a national broadcast. They're like, man, Jeff Green. Why can't he stick with any team? He's been on 15 in the league.
Well, this has been happening to Jeff Green a lot, where he is a starter, obviously, but he's not closing, and he only winds up with 21 minutes tonight. It's kind of been happening a little bit. But Bones is just relentless. He just keeps going and going and going, and there's no deterring him. Like, the only way he stops is if he gets subbed out of the game.
Yeah.
Like, he just is so relentless. It just has pedal to the floor 100% of the minutes he's out there for, and it's just exactly what the Nuggets have needed. Like, the spark he has given Denver, it's just filled such a massive void. Like, there's nobody on the Nuggets roster that just gives anything close to Bones. Is not just like his floor game, but his intangibles as well. And a crazy stat from tonight is he had 7 assists and 1 turnover, and the 1 turnover was, of course, that full court pass he tried to throw to Jokic.
Which was a good idea.
Terrible pass. But it's another just really impressive game.
I'm telling you, Jamal Murray and Bones Hyland and Monte Morris, as a trio of guards, the thing they all have is the ability to play with Jokic at an elite level. Because, like, this is the thing about Bones is tonight there were a lot of plays down the stretch, Monte and Bones both on the court. Jokic was like, get it to Bones.
Yeah.
Let me run 2-man game here with Bones right now. Like, he's the one that's doing this. And for that to be a rookie, and you're right, Eric, like, Jokic can be a little bit withholding. You know, like, he actually is. I would actually call that a part of his personality. And people that are like that, when they do give you approval, it means so much more because they're not just hyping you up. They're not just doing.
He plays hard to get.
He plays hard to get, and tonight him shouting him out there to me, like kind of unprovoked, was like that was a big moment for me. Like
It was. Dev pointed that out. You're actually withholding approval from him by attributing it to me.
Yeah.
It would mean a lot to him if he would actually correctly attribute his point.
It just would mean so much more.
I heard like when you agreed with it though. I really like how you agreed with it. You did a good job.
I did
of
it
agreeing
vigorously.
With it. Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why it felt like it was your idea. But okay. Let's go to the clutch points. Do we have clutch points tweet here, Kale, that you can throw to us? Because I have a hilarious tweet that encapsulates tonight. Well, you can go to StatMuse if you want. I mean, we're going to go to both of them here. I don't know what the StatMuse one is. Look here, Jokic in March, 14.3 points per game. First of all, that's a lot of points. That's Barton on the season is averaging that as the second leading scorer. So here's Bones, 51, 48, 80% shooting.
That's wild.
3 20-point games. He joins MPJ and Jokic, the only rookies in Nuggets history with double-digit point per game month on 50-40 shooting. That's pretty awesome.
He's shooting 48% from three.
He's been money.
Yeah.
He's been money from three, man. Like, I feel great about him taking them. He's just been so good. Now let's go to the other Bones Hyland. Here it is. Bones Hyland hugging Tony Brothers after the game. And we're not talking about a little side hug, a little hip, little whatever.
Wait, what?
2 arms, full embrace, really pulling him in here.
He's like, thanks. I wouldn't have gotten the time if Austin Rivers had still been here.
No idea why he's hugging Tony Brothers, but you know what? This is Bones' energy. He's just, his energy is so great, it breaks through Tony Brothers.
I have a theory.
Okay, let me hear it. From
Tony Brothers is from Norfolk, Virginia.
All right, it's kind of like
It's a theory.
it's just you think they
Bones
know each
heard
other.
That Jokic is trying to get in with the refs, and he's like now making it a point to try to get in with the refs
Yeah,
By just hugging them.
just by hugging.
Just going up to every ref and hugging them.
Are you?
Yeah, I'd say hi. I'd say no to a Bones hug.
That's what
Probably.
I'm saying.
I mean, hey man, I have no idea what the context is because there's no human being on earth who deserves a hug less than Tony Brothers. My God, that guy is a clown. Tonight was an all-timer from Tony Brothers. Like he was everywhere in that third quarter.
Yeah.
He
it
was
his
everywhere.
time to shine. And he
his
stepped up and
He was-
delivered.
Nobody was more upset about the fact that this game was not close than Tony Brothers. who
He's
had to
really a
insert
clutch
himself.
player, isn't he?
He
Like,
came in so clutch tonight.
He's
and
so consistent.
I'll say that. So there was a technical. I don't know the rule. I want to wait to get some clarification on this. But Austin Rivers, first of all, Lance Stevenson knows exactly who and what he is. He's a goon. He's out there to like piss you off and toe the line so that you get caught. And tonight he won. He won that battle. But I will say this. Austin Rivers faked an elbow. He did not elbow him. He faked it. Now, is this an attack, like a fake?
No, because do you remember when Matt Barnes faked like he was gonna hit Kobe
Yeah.
with the ball, and it was like that keeps getting played like it's supposed to be cool, like you don't flinch and everything like that. How does one person get it, not the other? Also, he didn't even touch him at all. Not even.
It wasn't even close.
Like, I don't understand why you would kick the guy out of the game, and then also you didn't ask anybody else. Like nobody else got to look at the film or anything.
the only place on earth where it's a foul, where you get in trouble for pretending to hit somebody, is in like the backseat of a car on a road trip with your parents. This is like that's not a foul. I watch things happen to Jokic where people make real contact. They punch him, they scratch him, they bloody him. No harm, no foul. If you if you raise your arm a good 8 inches from a person's face, that's a foul. I've never seen this before in my life.
Pretty crazy.
It's beyond crazy. It's literally criminal.
Probably if you fake hit Markieff Morris and Lance Stevenson, you get like kicked out of the game. But if you really hit him, it's okay.
If you really hit him, you lose a game, but then you become a legend.
Yeah.
The last 3 Nuggets games with Tony Brothers officiating have been the Wizards game where Jokic got tossed, that weird Kings game that Denver won by 5 points, and tonight. Those are the last.
What was
3.
the weird Kings game? I don't
It was
really
like
remember
115, 110.
But what was weird about it?
Let me bring up the box.
I mean, the
so I
Nuggets
can
sucking
tell you.
against bad teams is kind of like it's not even that weird anymore.
Dude, it's just like what we do. You know what I
It's
mean?
like what we do.
It's like who we are.
Kale says there's another good tweet from StatMuse. Oh, that was the one. Okay. Well, there it is. We do have a tweet from Austin Rivers, though, that he put out here. Hopefully he won't get fined, but he
this
says...
tweet just better say "fuck Tony Brothers."
It basically does. It says, never in my life have I been thrown out of game for something so ridiculous. Seriously, never. Ha ha ha! Laughing emoji.
I think he's actually just crying.
Oh, I was just plain on crying.
Crying, laughing.
League got to look at this one. Again, I don't know if there is this weird rule that's like, well, yes, but it, like, if you fake, like, if
Is it just judgment?
Dude, that's not even. He's literally just swinging both
it
arms.
literally happens like
He's like
100 times
moving
per
the ball.
game.
Look at that.
You're right. Actually, you know what?
What?
You're
That
right.
That's
not know.
100%
Wow.
bullshit.
Austin
You're right.
Rivers, he fakes every single time he touches.
And look at
it.
Lance
Yes.
Stevenson's head
That's
like
true.
fling back.
He should be
too.
like, hey, that's my game. I jab
That's
step. Like,
my
I
move.
literally jab
And he
step
went too
every
close,
single
so I
time.
didn't hit him.
That's some
absolutely
bullshit.
ridiculous. And I mean, you're right. I'm really curious to see what happens. Here's what actually will happen with the team. Austin Rivers will get fined. Dev, are you?
Dev's threatening to elbow me right now because I said I gave a head motion to vote that
Dev,
I
it's
would
an
leave.
early night though. You said this on the pregame. It's an early night.
It is an early night for Dev.
Let's throw to break while the vote gets his seat. We'll hit
Hey,
our
stay
final
tuned,
break.
guys.
Stay
Stay
tuned. Because on the other side, we got to take a look at that Timberwolves game. See what happened.
I would much rather have preferred to follow Eric than Dev after that. I want the
easy.
record to show.
Quick question before Harrison talks. Are you listening to anything?
The Nuggets press conference.
The Mile High City Copper Lager from Breckenridge Brewery. Make sure to pick some up because it is Nugget season. It's the beer we drink during Nugget season. If you're in the area, Denver, downtown, that is, stop by the DNVR Bar, corner of Colfax in York. We got Breck Brew on tap. We got Breck Brew Seltzers on tap. If you're not in the area, it's okay. Hit up the Breck Brew beer locator on the Breckenridge Brewery website. Find out where to get Breck Brew closest to you. Breckenridge Brewery is the official beer of DNVR. Also, DraftKings Sportsbook. College basketball fans join the action on the court during the biggest tournament of the year
And Dev is gone.
with DraftKings Sportsbook. See you, Def. Turn your team's victory into your own big win. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win. Get $200 in free bets if they win. It's that simple. They win, you win. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also bet on college hoops with same-game parlays. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR. Bet $5 on any college hoops team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. If they win, you win with promo code DNVR this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-522-4700. Gotta do a DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week as well.
You get to.
I get to.
Make it about the final four, bro.
Oh, yeah. Who are you taking?
All right,
Carolina
let's
Duke?
fire it up here.
Carolina Duke. Can you parlay? Can you get your pick of the week to be a parlay? Pick your final.
Carolina.
Let's pick the final here.
Carolina, Villanova. Two underdogs.
It's going to be Duke, Kansas.
There's-
Come on. It's
There's
definitely going to be
it's-
Duke, Kansas.
There's no way that it's not Duke. There's no way that it's not that Coach K doesn't win. Like it's going to be like a Disney whatever.
But
It's going
how
to be
can
so
I
annoying.
not
Huh?
root
It
for-
really is going to be the worst when it's like, there's no other way he could have gone out than on top.
And then they're going to show highlights. None of the players.
The entire
That's so
the
true.
entire one-shotting moment is just going to be a Coach K montage.
God.
A player's interviewed about it 20 years later. Like, yeah, it kind of sucked.
kind of sucks, man. Like, yeah.
No one asked
Best
me
moment
one
of my life.
question.
They come over
Yeah.
and interview the coach.
Coach K was
Yeah.
just crying on the sideline the whole time. He didn't even give us any
He
instructions.
had no adjustments.
He was just ranting about transfers. I was like, dude, we won.
Showed up drunk. It was weird, man. It was really abusive in a lot of ways. I'm just kidding. I have no thoughts at all towards Coach K. I have no feelings at all. I'm nothing. Is that it? So is that was you? So were you really going with Carolina and Villanova?
Yeah.
I'm going with Duke and Kansas.
Carolina just beat Duke a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Duke also stomped Carolina right before that one.
Look at this college basketball corner. We're just listing results.
Yeah.
That's called analysis.
I really can't go against George Karl. Or Edgar. He's probably
The
listening.
GK parlay.
Yeah.
Well,
The societal pressure is greater than
the peer
actual-
pressure within the company is just too much.
so vote. We have decided that we are delirious. That we have experienced trauma collectively, and this is like when
we're slap happy. Like,
we're slap happy.
Like we're just all back at the bar. Like, oh my god, we almost died. We
Well,
almost died.
I got a scoop for you that's going to make it all. I found out Jeff Green and Aaron Gordon did Benadryl at halftime, so that's what.
They did.
No,
bet
I'm
a
just
drill?
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Chopped it up,
They
put it
just
on a table.
Snorted it. Yeah, no, that's not real. Did get some real quotes though. Spoke with Michael Malone as we always do after the game. His frustration, fellas, is he thinks they get bored with success. Quote, I hate being up 31. I really do. You go away from all the things that you did that got you that lead in the first place, or at least the Nuggets seem to. So he didn't love that part. He was sort of two minds tonight, kind of went back and forth between mindsets. He did ultimately say all that matters tonight is that we're back, is that we head back home as the 5 seed. He did like the way they regained their composure. Obviously didn't like that had to occur. Well, he was sort of two minds. On one hand, it seemed to be unacceptable to him. On the other, he was thrilled to just get the win, and that he liked the way that closing group did close down the stretch, particularly Bones Hyland, who he thought did not look like a rookie to close this game. And to be frank, fellas, he really hasn't since March.
All rookie Bones. Use that hashtag.
So
Yeah, that hashtag.
I think Malone, like you guys, was confused. I could hear you a bit from the other side of the room. He's not sure, I think, if he's supposed to feel vibey about the 5 seed or do some hardcore coaching after that second half breakdown. We spoke with Bones Hyland, who was asked about Malone's theory and notion that they get bored with success. And Bones says, I hate to say it, but a little bit. Yeah, I think we do. He said that Jeff Green was talking to them at halftime.
About what?
Saying,
sorry.
Well, I know. I found this part to be a little ironic.
sorry.
Saying, don't let up. Don't let up. You can't let this team back in it. I was like, wait, that was Jeff? But anyway, so yeah, Jeff was
It's like
saying
when
that.
Russell Westbrook is berating his teammates for their defense on the sideline.
Also, I like that. If that was the voice, then that explains
A lot.
the result.
Everyone was like,
Everyone's like,
what'd you say?
Okay, yeah,
Hold
all
on.
right,
Speak
all right,
up.
Unky J, no
Yeah.
probs.
I don't know how many of you watching at home caught this. We caught some of it. Jokic had some praise for Bones Hyland post-game at the center court interview. And Bones was asked about that praise on Jokic talking him up. The question was framed as, what is that like for you getting that praise from maybe the best player in the league? And Bones said, well, first of all, he is the best player in the league. So let's just get that out of the way. He said,
He's
I
too
learned
good at
from
this to miss that layup. Come on.
I learn
He's
from
not
him
gonna smoke
every
that one.
single day. A guy like Yoke, I learn from him every single day. His habits and the stuff he does on the daily basis. He just wants the best for me, and I want the same for him. Talked about the relationship growing on and off the court, and he says, it feels good because at the end of the day, I just want Yoke to trust me. If you're ever feeling down, just ask Bones Hyland any question.
just be around
You
Bones.
didn't happen to get his personal telephone number, did you?
No, I did ask. I raised my hand. They did not let me.
Can I have
They
your
did
phone
not.
number?
Hello, can I have your personal telephone number?
And then Jokic, who
Eric's just calling it all day nonstop.
Not feeling so. I'm not on my game right now, Bones. Can you tell me something? Oh,
Feeling
Mile High
down.
City, baby, got it.
that's his answer.
He should just set up a fake number, and just the answering machine is him yelling Mile High City, baby.
We spoke
Anyways.
with Jokic, and one thing I've noticed in my short time covering Jokic and the Denver Nuggets is that when everyone zigs, Jokic zags. He's just never with the consensus.
Oh, was
after
he
the
really
game.
happy with the effort tonight?
No, he just well, so far
Especially
we
on the
had,
glass, we were great.
It's like Will Barton. I mean, what can you say?
Well, Malone says we get bored with success. I tweeted, everyone
Oh, yeah.
replies, so true, so true. Bones Hyland says, I think we do a little bit. And Jokic says, me personally, no.
Of course.
He says he does not. He just tries to play the game the same way.
Well, here's the
in
thing
right
about Yoke,
way, no
though.
matter what.
Honestly, I really believe this. Yoke does. I mean, how many times have we been like, Yoke's not playing within rhythm right now? It's never Jokic. Like, I honestly think he can only play in rhythm. You know what I mean?
Well, he is the rhythm in a way.
He is the rhythm. But
His
what
rhythm, unfortunately, is like one of those Serbian songs that he plays during warm-up.
it's very
That's
tough.
the rhythm.
It's got a weird time
It's
signature.
like-
People are like, how do I
It's played with an
I
accordion.
can't catch the rhythm. God damn it, it's so hard. No, but I'm being serious about this. Like, I don't think it's hard for Jokic to play in
Yeah.
rhythm because it's like his mind, it's impossible to separate basketball from the rhythm that he plays it with.
Sure.
Right. He doesn't know any different.
Right.
He's in a rhythm every night. It's just up to everybody else to determine if that
Right.
rhythm
Right.
continues
to keep
past
the rhythm.
him.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. And there was like a sort of follow-up prod, like, is it do you hate when, do you not like when you guys get up 30, like Malone said earlier? And Jokic doesn't understand these types of questions. He takes them literally, and his eyes just kind of, he said, I mean, I would rather be up 30 than down 30 for sure.
That's correct.
The point of the question flying right. He's just
Yoke does this on purpose, though. I mean, he is leading into it sometimes.
And then
Yoke has a funny sense of humor.
He does.
Performative.
About the collapse, I thought he had an interesting perspective on it, actually. He said, I mean, I think we've done that before to other teams in the past. Listed a couple, and he said, so maybe it's actually a good thing that we won this time. Which sounds simple, and I thought, you know what? He's kind of right. Like, their wheels completely fell off, but this time they took a breath, put them back on the wagon, and kept moving.
But my thing is, they didn't take a breath. Jokic and Bones did.
Well, yeah.
And everyone else was just sucking wind.
By the way, listening to Bones describe, what it was like to look, he and Jokic saved that game, right? And Bones describes this with such intensity, and we just wanted it, and blah, blah, blah. And you just ask Jokic about the final minutes of the game, and you just get nothing.
Yeah, of course.
Just run of the mill. But so maybe it's a good thing that we won this time, but we had too many turnovers. Me personally, I had 7. That's it, fellas. Not a super eventful one, but shout out Bones Hyland for saving this game and saving the post game as well.
Okay. Well, sweet, man. That was awesome. I Jokic and Bones. Can we? I just sent you a photo, Kale. Hold on. Before you pull it up.
Oh, man.
Everybody, get ready for the most beautiful image you've ever seen in your goddamn life.
My senior picture.
Look at this.
See,
It's hard to remember that this is the Nuggets. It's you almost because we've literally never seen it. We've literally never seen this.
No, not
but when
even
you put them
close.
together, it's actually the coolest freaking thing you've ever seen. Look at this. I love all 5 of those guys.
really? Okay.
I do. I mean, there's definitely the black sheep of the group there, but look, Michael Porter swashing threes. Come on, there's nothing better when he's on fire.
5
He's
incredible,
actually
5
playing
incredible basketball
basketball.
When he's
players, man.
playing basketball.
It's an incredible lineup. Incredible.
It really
You
is.
look at. I'm just saying. Let's just look at the keep it up there, Kale. I just want to look at this for a
Yeah,
minute.
let this marinate.
You have the greatest player on earth right
Yeah.
there on the far right there. And then
Looking
you've got
just
Jamal Murray, who's capable
off
of putting
in
up
life.
50 points in any given playoff game. You've got Michael Porter, who has a 21-point quarter. You've got Bones Hyland, who is just pure vibe / skill into the tiniest person you could consolidate that into. And then you got Aaron Gordon to do all the dirty work. I think this is why this season is so frustrating.
Of
It's because
course.
we see that it's in the window. It's on the flyer, but it's what we actually get is something a little different because that's just the circumstance.
And it always is that way in Denver, right? Like Eric said that before. It always ends up being next year. And this is frustrating for me because, by the way, I'm all in on the Bones thing, so don't misinterpret this. But this longest tenured Nugget, by the way, Will Barton, who's a starter and a part of this 5, it should include him. And last year it did, and they looked like the best team in the league. And I would have liked to see it again this year. And look, who knows how this thing wraps up. And maybe it's all about these guys going forward in the future and next year. But I'm bummed that it's not right now. And I'm bummed that it's not Barton in that picture and Bones off the bench and the 6 of them.
I'm fine with it not being.
The one thing I'll say about that,
I'm not,
because I'm
man.
with you, you're right that there is this hey, we got to judge Barton by the role that he was designed to play. But even my thing is, I think Barton is worse even at this role. He's played this role before because unfortunately the Nuggets have dealt with injuries.
Is.
But what I'm saying is, that's my thing is, I have less confidence that you plug him back into the old way and he'll perform at that level because he's performing at this level differently than he has. I mean, we all talk about January 2020 when the Nuggets needed him, he stepped up this or that. I don't know that he can do that anymore. Maybe it's the injuries, maybe it's age, maybe it's something else. I don't know. He's off.
I totally agree. Look, I just think that time glass is flipped upside down, right? It always is. Time's always passing, right? But, Barton is... Anyway, here's my point. No, he does belong in there. I hate these comments. He does not suck. What was the best starting lineup in the league post-trade last year?
The image of Jon Snow fighting a whole army.
Dude, I'm fucking serious right now. No, I'm fucking serious. The best starting lineup in the league post-trade was that lineup. Who was the 5th starter in that lineup? Will Barton. We always talk about how that 5th spot needs to change. He needs to change. What if it's some other guy? No, F that. What if it was that group that was the best group in the league? Yeah. He deserves to be a part of it. I wish he was. It's too bad we don't get to see it all together right now.
That was last year. He just hasn't had it this year consistently, which sucks.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right that there is hope that we're going to get the squad back next year that includes Barton, and he looks more in a smaller role but looks very good and well designed
That's what
for
I'm
that
talking
role.
about. I
And
know
that is
that
the
Bones
brightest.
is-
That is the brightest timeline. But I'm sorry, Bones is also like
Oh, Bones is a brighter timeline, dude.
Bones is just like
a
pure
hot-
vibes.
Is a hot
This
ball of
shit
bright
sucks
fire.
to me. This sucks. Of course he is. He's a better player with a higher ceiling. I'm talking about what could have been where we didn't have to choose.
Oh, we
No.
do have to choose.
We don't have to choose, though. That's the point.
With no heaven, there's no purgatory.
No, man,
Heaven is past. Things change. Players get older. People get worse. Players come up. Dynamics can change. The Nuggets are different. You can never step into the same river twice. You can never go home again. Vote. Barton, I love you.
I can never go home again.
No, listen, man. At the start of the year, we joked and went off on the Nuggets social team for tweeting about the core, and it was 4 guys, and it didn't include Barton. We're doing the same shit right now.
But it's changed
But,
though.
yeah, we do have
from
4
game
months of
1
data.
to
4
now.
months of data for that. Yeah, I agree.
The timeline, the feeling. Has
I
changed.
understand, but I'm saying what bums me out, and what Eric is sailing right past, is that you guys are probably right that ship has probably sailed.
Oh, yeah.
That's the part that bums me out. I wanted to be on that mother ship. I like that
we
ship
were
a
robbed.
lot.
We were definitely robbed of that ship.
Yeah,
Here's the thing,
for
like,
sure. I wish we were there too.
and I still have hold.
I know you guys
I
agree
still
with
love
me.
Barton, and I still like have. I still have like a place for him in my heart. I'm just saying, if you ask me what 5 am I most excited to see right now,
of course.
that's the 5,
Of
and that's
course.
the entire point of
Oh,
that.
dude.
Is I'm like, that's a thing that we've never seen. That's only in our mind. We can imagine it, and I imagine it to be awesome. Is the Barton version of that also awesome? Of course. But like the
course.
Barton version of that, or the Bones version of that, to me,
No.
just adds a new element
like, who
that
do
I
you-
never knew
If you
existed.
want to talk about a boat, like who do you want your cruise director to be? Will Barton or Bones Hyland?
No, man, I'm talking about how now it's about the next group and what it looks like when we finally see them. When a year ago we showed the picture of that plus Barton and we wanted to get to that group. You know what I'm saying? I'm bummed out
We were
that
there
it's
for 8
always
games.
Bones is now though.
I know, I agree. I agree.
right now.
I agree. But just
I think the broader point. I understand what you're saying.
understand what you guys are
why
saying.
you get a point. But my thing is, right? Bones is as
I like
exciting.
his passion.
Bones
Bones
is
is coming this hot every time.
honestly. If you talk about excitement for young Nuggets players, like the excitement for Jokic is sort of in a tier all its own.
Yeah.
I would say the excitement for Michael Porter maybe exceeds the excitement for Murray early on. Like Murray obviously has gone to different levels, but what I'm saying is, you guys remember Michael Porter's first preseason game? How hyped we are when he
God,
pulled up
dude.
from mid range and hit a jumper. And it was like, holy shit!
Yeah, of course.
Remember the first 3-pointer he made against Indiana?
Right.
Where he stepped to the side.
Oh, yeah, the little side step.
The side step, and then he shot it, and none of us talked for like 10 minutes.
For Murray, I was slower to come around just because I didn't feel like it necessarily popped on day one. But there were times as he got going that you were like, wow, he could be something special. I think the hype for Bones is kind of like the hype for Jamal for me. Like it's that high.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not saying
agree.
he'll be
I
as
agree.
good. I'm just saying that right now, I'm just so excited. He's so tantalizing that I'm like as excited for him as I was
I'm
for
with you
Jamal.
though, Vogt. I do want the gift we were promised.
that's what I'm saying. I found a wrong way to package that passion.
Yeah. I mean, you told us all to fuck off in
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the name of Barton, which is not. But I do. There was a beautiful vision that we were sold. There was a beautiful
thank
vision
you.
that we also packaged that doesn't seem that will ever come to fruition. We saw
Thank you.
the birth of the Smuggets, and inside that embryonic sac included Will Barton when it was birthed.
Yeah, that was gross, but I actually agree
This
with
is
what
why
you said.
Dev left the show.
100%. Yeah.
One of the quotes I see here from Jokic, he says, someone's asked about if he ever runs out of energy. Did you read this? I don't think did you read this quote?
Sorry, what was that?
The Jokic quote about running out of energy. He says, right now I have a little daughter and my family is there, so they give me a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's just there's just happiness when I get home. Maybe that's something new in my life that gives me a bit of a spark. And somebody replied to Singer when he posted that out that says, the MVP is treating the NBA like it's a 9 to 5.
It totally is, man.
He's
Strong
like,
agree.
It is. It's a job. It's a job for him.
It's a 9 to 5, man. He's
people are like, Jokic, we need a basket. He's like, I'm on my break.
per my last email.
He just out smoking a butt, like,
Let's talk about this in the locker room after the game. Let's have a little rap session in the locker room post game to talk about
I'll
this.
tell you what, Vogt missed a fun show, and I could tell because his energy is just so
No,
rough.
dude, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, it's just we're just trying to fix what didn't need to be fixed.
We're
It's
not-
so annoying. Not you guys, just the same. Whatever.
You know,
The Nuggets built a title contender.
Yeah.
Two of the most important players got hurt, and then everyone just decided that Barton and Tim Connolly suck now. Like, no,
Not Tim Connolly. He's friend of the show, Tim Connolly.
no. But I'm saying, like, that's my point, man. I'm saying it sinks. It sucks that it's now a different image again. That can has been kicked down further.
Yeah.
I wish we could have seen it this year. That team was good enough, and you have to move on. Like, that's sports.
so true.
It's a tough pill to swallow.
I think that's like specifically basketball too, because basketball consists of 5 players at any one given time. If you lose 1/5 of your players, like on a football team that's like 20 guys,
Yeah.
and it's so. I mean, yes. I mean, like we were insufferable for 8 games. Like we could not. No one could tell us shit. No one could look us in the eyes. We saw the grand vision finally coming together. All of our patience had been
man.
rewarded.
That's what I mean. Yes,
Totally.
I wanted that.
I know,
beautiful
but
nectar.
Here's the
Right.
thing, though. In the NBA, it never works out exactly
You're right.
as you think it will.
You're 100%.
There's always an injury. There's always a trade. There's always something that happens that doesn't make it happen exactly as you thought it would.
But that being said, if we get that with Barton, that's awesome.
Yeah, and like, look, I get what the original point of this was. Like, Tim Connolly's done it again. Bones is one of those dudes, and that image is beautiful.
Which, by the way, we never really talked about that. Tim Connolly confirmed that he is a hooper.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that on the show. You're right.
Connolly's a hooper?
Yeah. We
he's
straight
a
up asked.
hooper appreciator.
I love that Harrison never even went back to watch the interview with Tim Connolly. He's like, you know what? I'm on break.
Tim, we asked because what was the question that we asked him?
We asked him if he considers himself a hooper or a basketball
which is
player.
like what he
That's
basically.
a totally natural question to ask a president of basketball operations.
Hey
Totally
man,
natural.
he appreciated it. And he said he's a hooper, and he gave a great explanation for why. And you know what? I respect the hell out of it. He does like guys who love the game of basketball.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Will hoop anywhere.
Man's a
It's a
hooper.
totally natural conversation. To
Totally
have with the
natural.
president.
All right, we got to get to 14 super chats here.
Holy
We have a lot of super
smokes.
chats. Plus, we have to get the most important around the Association of the
Jeez.
League. We
2
haven't
hour
even
show.
started it. Yeah. We had a big detour there. We have Vote almost
I like
stabbed
it,
us
dude.
all.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had to inject a little.
Yeah.
We don't disagree enough on this show.
Dude, Vote fake elbowed me at least 6 times during that. Like you're
Oh,
No, get out of here.
We got ejected
Malone
and
did-
banned from the league.
Malone did say on that he's going to try to get Austin's money back. He said they're reaching out to the league. They're going to send him that video.
Dude, they don't.
It's
get- owe him his
$4,000.
money. They
I
owe
think
him,
he'll be
like,
okay.
Extra money. They got to pay him for that shit.
Jerry says, at some point in the future, Barton for Biddy Hill.
Hell no.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Jerry J.
The shark came right in and grabbed the bait. We got to move on. Thanks for the money, Jerry. We can't linger here. Smuggett says Bones doesn't get rattled.
Hell yeah,
Hey,
dude.
man, I'll tell you what. I just love his spirit. I love his spirit. He definitely. Smuggett's spirit could kill us all. It's very dangerous. I'm saying Bones, man.
Oh.
That guy, he does not. He really does have this like feistiness to him that's insane.
feisty.
He's a crazy one. Kyle says, would love to hear your thoughts on the division shifting to the good guys tonight. And what? There's something in the way there. I can't. Oh, wow.
What the implications are if we can hold on to it down the stretch.
Well, the implication is this. The Nuggets winning the division without Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. would be a
Wild.
great signal to send to the rest of the division. Like, Utah in shambles. I will see what happens, but I mean, again, I don't know how Jokic's not the MVP. If the Nuggets hold on to the 6th seed, like as this, if you win your division and you're right there with this record and you surpass your over despite all of this, like what else do you want?
Right.
Vegas's job is to split the bet 50-50. They're like, this is the most likely outcome that will get half the bets on each side. And the Nuggets lost their second best player, Michael Porter,
Right.
before the season began, and they might still hit
The
it.
bottom line is, I don't think Jokic could really play any better this season. Just you take everything into account.
Yeah.
And if the Nuggets win the division and wind up with 50 wins, I don't think they could have played any better. This is the best outcome that could have ever happened.
How is
you know?
that on the table? That is
Like
on the
it
table.
couldn't have gone better.
This is this season for the Nuggets is like the season when the Broncos won the Super Bowl. They were,
It's so
we were
true.
miserable all year. All we did was fight. Peyton Manning's a bum. He's
Yeah,
wasted.
he's washed.
Somehow at the end of the year we were the #1 seed and we won the Super Bowl.
That's so true. This does remind me of that Super Bowl came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, we were like,
Well, I guess
oh,
we're the best.
yeah.
All right. Marco says Tony Brothers is in.
Embryonic sack.
All right. Well, there we go.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah, dude.
We also got Stevens who says, or Stefan maybe, Jokic is like a mom who cleans the house and feeds the kids before going out and comes back to a house that has been absolutely trashed.
So true.
Shouts to my wife Sheila. That's the real true story. Like, you're in charge of the kids. The house a complete mess. There's a fire. It's like, hey, you were gone. I did
you're
the best I could.
I gotta go.
I did the best
You're
I
like,
could. Okay.
You're like, Daddy's busy. Here's some silly string.
Yeah, exactly. Some silly string. Entertain yourself.
Dad's busy. He's on Zoom
here's
with
a whole-
Eric.
Yeah. Here's a whole garbage sack full of packing peanuts and entertain yourself.
Did you let the kids watch Jurassic Park? Like, I'm sorry. That's what they were.
It was on.
They're in it. Now they're crying.
The kids are crying.
THTR_201 says Tony Brothers is no Billy Kennedy. That's so true. So true. He wishes he was Billy Kennedy.
Oh,
Man, if
No-
Billy Kennedy gets assigned to the Nuggets first round series,
Oh, we're
man,
winning.
Oh.
We're winning.
Lock it up.
And if Tony Brothers gets assigned, Jokic getting ejected. By the way, terrible triceps from Tony Brothers.
Yeah,
Puny triceps.
Yeah.
Like, just,
I mean, just another strike against him.
no triceps.
they're
at
like
all.
doceps.
Yeah.
Tony Brothers, he's got no he's got no presence in front of the camera. Zero presence.
Nothing makes me happier than when you make yourself happy.
Well, no, I was laughing at Harrison. I love it.
Jocelyn says, LOL, Trajan Yondo with 27-4. I'm glad Malone seems somewhat comfortable closing with Bones. He needs the reps to prepare for playoffs. I'll tell you what. Bones is playing the playoffs, man.
Yep, there's no doubt.
Like, he's high on the list of Nuggets I feel can help them win a series. He's very high
he's
on
like
that list.
third.
He's very high. What else we got? Ben says, Bones at the end of the game to Tony. Dude, your grumpy ass obviously needs a hug. What is not to love about our Bones? I'm telling you, it's true, though. Bones somehow, like, hugging Tony Brothers after that
Bones
shit
could
show.
get Tony Brothers on the Nuggets side
Can you
after when this
imagine?
is all said
It's hard
and
to
done.
dislike Bones.
The diplomat, Bones Hyland, the diplomat, he just converts Tony Brothers to a Nugget stand.
He's not like like Monte Morris is a diplomat.
Yeah, you're right.
Bones Hyland is a vibes like
Merch?
salesman. He is like a vibes merchant.
yeah.
Okay.
He just comes out and he just spreads vibe. Like Tony Brothers and Bones are going to be homies, but like Monte Morris and Tony Brothers will share like a firm handshake.
Right,
Yeah.
they'll keep it business-like.
Yeah. You're right. Trent says, can you guys give this money to Lance Stevenson for the surgery he will need after this vicious Austin Rivers elbow? Tony Brothers thankfully saw it. So
Yeah,
true,
that's
man.
a great comment.
It's such a great
I'm glad
comment.
somebody's out there looking out for old Lance.
Yeah, looking out for old Lance. All right, what else we got?
Grand Rapids Gold legend.
Justin says, shot for vote, anything but tequila. Wow, he could use it.
I could use it.
Get us something stiff over there.
The funny part was I was in a really good mood.
You were. You were in a good mood.
All you guys did was show a hype graphic,
Yeah.
and I yelled at you.
Like, look how cool this is. You're like, F
Who
everyone.
did Bones replacing that graphic, though? That's what
Barton.
I'm wondering. Oh, that picture's with Bart.
Wait, are you
Did
serious?
you miss the conversation? What's going on right now?
We all went through trauma together and stopped recording memories.
It's so true. We are very lost right now. Oso Blanco says, super chat, $5.
oh,
Hell yeah.
dude, Oso Blanco gets
Oh,
us.
it's Oso Blanco sucks. By the way, I was like, Oso Blanco got a new a thing. It's a different Oso Blanco
Oh,
now.
sorry, Oso Blanco.
So this is the troll Oso Blanco. He says, have we decided if Bones is in the rotation?
Yes.
yeah.
If he's in the rotation.
Have we decided if Oso
Firmly.
Blanco
Did I
sucks?
miss this inside joke? I'm confused. What else we got? Mixer says, super chat. Who do you guys want in the first round? Should have tanked back to 6 to avoid Suns in the second round. P.S. Tony Brothers should be fired. You guys realize that, like, trying to tank 6 games left to get down to the 6 is like a dangerous game. Like the Nuggets,
They've done it every season with Michael Malone. They will
but not
tank
6
their way.
games out.
Well, it's true, but
it's
they'll
usually like 2 games.
they will attempt some fuckery,
Yeah.
or some gerrymandering, or
Can you imagine if the last game of the year the Lakers win, they get in, but they don't want to, so they rest AD and LeBron, and the Nuggets also want to lose, so the Lakers are trying desperately not to make the playoffs.
it's like that South Park episode where the kids are trying to lose at baseball because they don't want to play anymore. They're throwing the ball into the other person's bat. Like, God damn it!
Aaron says, close game that never should have been. Nug life. So true. Hey,
Yep.
ride the sea of life,
Yep.
as Ariana says, the good witch.
I love Ariana.
Filiosa says, Yoke is God. Tony Brothers is evil. Going to my first game since 2019
Oh,
and my
shit.
favorite bar I've ever been to on Friday. Ultimately, immaculate vibes.
Come say
Hell
hey.
yeah.
Is that us or is that like because
He's
Yeah,
like,
it's a-
can't wait.
I hope that's us.
oh, his
he's like,
favorite bar he's ever been to.
He's like, I can't wait to head down to Blake Street
Blake
Tavern.
Street Tavern. Me and all my
like, I'm sorry,
CSU
we're having a
friends.
Lakers party tonight. We can't show the game. Sorry. Blair says, at the game tonight, and Nuggets fans showed out. We did the MVP change, even had a few Pacers fans chanting with us. One said,
must have been the
I
first
want
quarter.
the Pacers to win, but Jokic is the best player in the league.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
They get it in Indiana.
They do get it in
Yeah,
Indiana.
real basketball
It's true.
state.
It is the
It is a
unspoken
basketball
part.
state.
It is the unspoken part, though, about this like ball arena getting taken over by other fans. Is that Jokic has got MVP chance at a lot of places on the road this year. So
It's because he's the fucking MVP.
I think one thing basketball fans and media need to wrap their heads around is that shit happens all the time.
it happens everywhere. Yeah, it happens
Every
everywhere.
fan base goes, "Oh, have you ever seen another player get MVP chance on the road like that?" Yes,
All the time.
the
Yeah.
six
Yeah.
best
Of
players in the league have all gone.
Every day.
That's true. Joseph says, greetings from Philly, where Sixers fans are losing their damn minds because Joel Embiid is not going to be the MVP.
They
No
actually,
Nuggets.
they are.
They
losing
really
their
are.
minds. They're
It's
melting
awesome.
down.
It's actually the best part. I said
It's the best part
I've
about
said
it.
all along, like I don't care if Yoke wins this or that, but part of me, like watching the Sixers fans, like really, like Drew Hanlon, we talked earlier, like, also watching all these guys lose it has been like, wow, this is more fun than Yoke
Yeah.
winning the MVP.
It's so true. It's
Honestly.
so true. It is that thing where you're like, man, is it better to win or to watch my enemies lose?
It might be watch my enemies lose on this one, man. They are losing their minds.
I'm telling you, I saw a radio host today that had a big rant about how it's a conspiracy theory against the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
my
all hate
God.
us. They hate Philadelphia, and I was
He's
just
not-
like,
to be fair to him, they're not wrong.
oh, honestly, to me, it's the Mad Men meme. The like, I feel sorry for you. The like, I don't actually ever think. That's how I feel about
Totally.
Philly. I'm just like, it's not a city I think about.
No.
And so the fact that they have this like conspiracy about a conspiracy against them, I just love. It's so great. Oh, by the way, did you guys see Joel Embiid's quote the other day?
Yeah, where he threw his entire
Oh,
team
I
under the bus.
loved it. Oh my God, I loved it.
So great.
I loved it. He literally said it wasn't my fault. The lead got lost when I was on the bench. Like, what a
Jokic is like,
asshole.
hold my rocket, dude.
hold my rocket. Meanwhile, Yoke tonight's like, I almost let the team down. Gotta do whatever I can. So great. I just want to look at Vote for a while, man. Like he's gonna go home and just like eat glass. Do you want to go around the
He needs
association
that
quickly?
shot.
Yeah, it's a good ATA.
It is a good
Let's
ATA. We're gonna have
go.
some fun. Let's go around the association.
Let's do it. What do we got? What do we got?
Well, let's just go in the order that ESPN is putting these. The Hawks beat the Thunder tonight, 112 to 111. A 1 point. Or wait, no, it just changed. 136 to 118. They beat the Thunder.
The pesky Thunder.
Lindy Waters tonight, guys, 25 points.
My guy.
Lindy Waters lighting it up.
Lindy Waters, unironically a bucket.
Kind of a
Lindy
bucket.
Waters,
He's kind of
yeah.
a bucket.
A player.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a player.
Lindy Waters sounds like you're like, coming up with some saltwater taffy. It's Lindy Waters.
You're thinking Muddy Waters.
Nope, I'm thinking about like just an old timey guy that's like
Muddy
wearing
Waters.
spats. No, Muddy
Yeah.
Waters is a blues singer.
He's
Correct.
just like on
Lindy
the
Waters.
corner
No,
of.
Lindy Waters is
yeah.
wearing like a straw hat and he's playing croquet.
She sounds like she's in the Indigo Girls.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Lindy Waters drove a dirigible across the Atlantic.
The Spurs lost tonight to the Memphis
We got enough
Grizzlies.
out of that joke.
Does that mean that the Lakers are back in the playoffs? I think it does. I think the Lakers are back in, guys,
The playoffs.
against their own the play-in, against their own will. I'm telling you guys, the Lakers are trying to miss the playoffs. I really
Absolutely,
think there's a
man.
big chance.
LeBron
of
wants
it.
to get that scoring title and get to Cancun.
And it's so funny to me. The Spurs unfortunately lost. The Grizzlies keep winning. They keep playing too. I don't get it. Yeah, you got a shot there. Take a little edge
Can we
off.
confirm this is not tequila?
It's Rocky.
Yeah.
It's the gold rush.
That's the only shit we have. I don't know.
The
Anything but
Kings,
it's all
the
Rocky.
Sacramento Kings, beat the Rockets tonight in a tankathon, 121-118. But
Probably move on from that.
the Hornets beat the Knicks tonight. You guys remember the Charlotte Hornets? They beat the Knicks 125-114. The Heat beat the Celtics. Oh my goodness! Should we have some fun tonight? Did you
Yeah, we
look at the
should.
stat line already?
I've only seen the final score. I haven't checked
All
the
right, let's
stat
go
line.
over here to your boy Jason Tatum. 9 of 17, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, minus 12. Not gonna get it done. If it's weird, man. Was Time Lord the key to that team? I always thought, because I kept hearing people say, like Drew Hanlon was saying Tatum was the MVP of the league, but maybe he's not even the MVP. Maybe it was
Drew Hanlon, come on the show.
maybe Time
Drew
Lord.
Hanlon, praise a player you didn't personally that hasn't written you a check.
So funny.
That's actually in his contract.
I love that we're
He
mad
can't-
at him when he's literally just doing his job.
No, but is that his job?
Is it his job?
He's not an agent.
Drew Hanlon, put out another video in that stupid gym that I can't stand. Stupid gym in New York.
It's a real poster.
Lifetime, whatever.
It's just crazy. I don't even get mad.
True
The
poster.
Wizards beat the Magic 127-110. Kristaps Porzingis dropped 35. That's sick.
Sick.
Is he coming? Is he on the up? Is he trending upwards?
Is
going into next
Kristaps
year?
in the conversation for MVP?
Comeback player of the year.
The Mavericks somehow just refuse to lose any games. They're going to be. They win 120-112. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. I think the Nuggets are.
As long as the Nuggets keep winning. it doesn't
I think the Nuggets are going to play the Mavericks. I think there's a good chance of that. But they keep winning 120-112. The Blazers right now are somehow beating the Pelicans. That's weird. But it's early in that game, only second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Suns Warriors. Warriors are up in that one, so go figure. There you go. But the game everybody waited for. I waited for the end. You guys see how I did that?
Yeah.
The Minnesota Timberwolves got
Yeah, we're here.
destroyed tonight by the Toronto Raptors, 125-102. Absolutely dominated, and that pushes them now 3 losses behind the Nuggets. Now, here's the thing. 3 losses behind. This next game, should the Minnesota Timberwolves win, it only goes to 2. It still, to me, is like, okay, that Denver's still in a good spot, even if
Yeah.
they lose this game. But it's still not it's not a slam dunk. It's still like, hey, we almost lost to the Pacers tonight. Like, nothing's a slam dunk. But if you win on Friday, it's over. It's over. Not only, here's what I love about this. Here's why this isn't so important. The Nuggets get an early test. They get to play Friday's game as if it were a playoff game. But if they win it, and you're on the fence about Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, you have a chance. Guess what? You get 4 pressure-free games to work those guys back in should you want. We kept talking about, is the Spurs game the best one? If you get a 4-game lead with 4 games to go, you can go ahead and throw those guys out against the Lakers if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
If those guys were ready to go and you could bring them back, and you can get 4 games in. So to me, Fridays is shaped up perfectly for Denver. Ball's deep in their court. All they got to do is win on Friday.
Deep
Balls
in, their
in the court at Ball Arena.
Hey.
No, yeah, it's worked out perfectly, and yeah, it's a huge game. It's coming at a great time. Minnesota's sliding. Like, they don't look like the same Timberwolves team that smoked the Nuggets whenever that was. So yeah, it's a huge game.
One thing, by the way, I did miss a note. Jokic was asked about this being the biggest game of the season, and he said he doesn't think it is.
Damn it,
Surprise.
we're gonna get such a regular.
He's
yoke.
like, hell yeah!
I think he said, I think he was trying. He eventually said that he thought this was the biggest game of the season. I think what he was trying to say is that every game is the biggest game.
Yeah, for
just the
sure.
one you
For sure,
take.
man.
Also, by
I
the
need
way,
Yoke to come out like a killer on Friday. I need it, Yoke.
just
I
a
need
little
it.
perspective,
Need
because
this.
I always like when Malone talks about how when he's so upset with things and then he looks at the league at large and he sort of sees these patterns that the Nuggets fall into. Remember how frustrating it was that the Nuggets let the Raptors back into that game and they couldn't keep them
Yeah.
off the glass? The Wolves had a big lead in this game. They lost it. Chris Boucher had 5 offensive rebounds.
They're legitimately great at that
They were
skill.
just,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying like it was
So
frustrating to watch, but it's always fun to take yourself out of the bubble and be like, oh yeah, that's just kind of what that team does to other teams,
Right.
you know?
The same thing happens to every team. Tony Brothers probably hates every team,
I know, every team's like,
especially us.
every team's
but-
like, Tony Brothers hates Zach LaVine. It's ridiculous.
It's true. Tony Brothers is like because he's a loud personality. That's what
no,
it is.
it's because he's a
dick.
bad official.
Yeah, but he's
That's
all,
actually the main point. He just sucks at his job.
Who wins the bet?
Just been grandfathered into this league for too long. He's still riding some high
start
performance
that outro
game from
music,
like
Cal.
1990.
Part of it is because all the replacement refs, like, have you watched college? Oh my God, maybe these are the best we've got.
I know.
college,
Yeah.
college refs are funny,
Oh.
man. Basketball's really hard to ref, guys.
think that's a
It's
big
like-
I was
takeaway.
gonna say,
really, really hard.
We should search to see how many tweets you can find that are like, man, that was a really well officiated game. Wow, the refs did a great job.
Just blended into the background there. This was a fun show, despite it was a weird
Was
show.
it?
It was I loved the show. It was a very fun one because it
Good
was
show.
very, like you said, it was slap happy, punch drunk, whatever it is.
We were I don't even know if slap happy. We were slap delirious.
We were slap delirious.
I'm gonna go
Brendan
get
was
real
slap
drunk.
angry.
Yeah.
But Brendan was fake, was just slapping.
Just elbowing people left and
The
right.
grades are going to have such a positive tone. It's going to be really confusing. I'm in a good
Where
mood.
are we?
I don't know.
The Will Barton A is going to stick out really weird. And it's going to be 8 paragraphs of just him yelling at the reader.
It's a B, but I'm just like, oh, this is my B minus.
Oh my god, I love
We appreciate everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tomorrow at 2:30, we're going to have Dane Moore right here in studio with
Hell
us. I
yeah.
can't wait. I love Dane. We're previewing Yoke disagrees, but what I think is the biggest game of the year, and I'm excited for
Yeah,
it.
you're
We'll be
right.
back
He's
here.
wrong.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 2:30.
it. Let's go.
Au revoir.